Hello everyone, it is me Vegeta T23 and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're talking about what if Vegeta was born with God Key. Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I mainly post Osu stuff. Now back to the video. In the last part, we discussed how Trunks Black came into the past timeline and wasn't really happy to see every god imaginable there. Goku fought him and it was just an uneventful as canon. While Bulma was fixing up the machine, our squad was investigating Universe 10 and their time rings since they are stored there. After a failed attempt, Vegeta, Goten and Broly go in the future and see it ruined. Defeat the survivals and then call Black to their location. Vegeta starts fighting his son's knockoff. Eventually, Zamasu comes over and fuses with himself, becoming Fused Zamasu, and they then continue. Vegeta got surpassed big time, and he dropped all his worries about the new form he tried to handle so bad, and goes to Zaru and eventually succeeds in going into this new form, but he can't control it. This new form, the Divine Super Saiyan 4, wreaked havoc on the fusion, slicing them in half with his hands, unlike Trunks who did it with a sword. Zamasu then manifested himself all over the place and they had no choice but to go back with now fainted Vegeta. Once back, they destroyed Zamasu once and for all, and Trunks came back to a nice and civilized timeline. With the recap out of the way, let's continue the what if. Goku is farming, Broly is boring himself to death and goes to help Vegeta, who is working on rebuilding the old time machine Bulma salvaged from when they fought back. They all agree not to tell anyone anything, how this is literally a top secret. Goku gets his fair share of robbers and figures he's gotten rusty from all that farming, so he goes to Beerus' world and asks about a tournament, way back in the Universe 6 tournament. Beerus tells Goku how he won't do it as it's too risky, but Goku doesn't give a shit and presses the Zeno button anyway. After the trip, Goku tells Whis and Beerus to take him to the Kaioshin realm, and they go. Beerus gets his tea and Daishinkan arrives. The rules are explained and of course everyone is in shock. They then go hunt for the fighters for the Tournament of Power, but they have a Zeno Expo to go to first. Zeno Expo goes similarly to canon, except Boo doesn't exist, so Raditz is there, and Gohan is not really necessary, so Vegeta takes the spot. After that, the real tournament is starting to take shape. The teams are formed rather quickly. Goku is in, of course, Vegeta is also in, Gohan is in after convincing his wife he'll be back in a flash. Trunks was caught in a tough situation as him and his wife got to prepare for the wedding that's upcoming literally a day after the tournament, so Bra steps in even though she needs training. Goten sure joins in too, and he'll need some training too. Broly joins in too, and Raz is in too. There are 3 questionable teammates to go with all those 3. They lay down a whole lot of potential fighters to go, but can't really choose who. And then they agree with Android 18, Roshi and Tarble due to their skills. With that set in place, they go and have one last chow before a big tournament. And to say it's big is an understatement. Paragus comes to and asks to join, but he's pretty weak and is told to go to do wedding preparations with Trunks. With those few moments wasted, our dozen fighters go to the Neural Realm. Upon settling in and seeing the Universe 6 Saiyans are there, Goku glares at one special foe, Jiren the Grey. As Jiren displays a bit of his power, Vegeta is amazed how something so strong exists out there. Daishinkan then announces the start of the tournament and everyone ditches the stick around plan. To stick with the important parts, Goku and Broly actually work together to defeat Mutts and Puppies. They do so easily and continue on. First casualty is of course Universe 9 as they're eliminated and wiped from existence. Caulifla then finds Goku and they start battling it out. It all ends up in Kale going nuts and destroying most of the arena. Jiren intervenes and disposes of her. Vegeta then fights Brienne and defeats her easily. Then, after seeing Jiren doing what he did with Kale, he goes to him and engages the first battle with him. It starts off eventless until Vegeta uses Mastered Evolution and starts making a mark on the alien. Jiren then displays a bit of his power, knocking Vegeta out a little bit. Once Vegeta gets back to his senses, he knows he will only use himself up with the ace in his sleeves, but decides to take the risk as he brings out the Power Ball and starts transforming, eventually going into Divine Super Saiyan 4, and at first starts destroying most of the stuff. Jiren tries to dispose of him just like he did with Kale, but Vegeta just takes the kick and turns his attention to Jiren, attacking him and doing a lot of damage to him. The rest of the Pride Troopers go to aid Jiren, but are then stopped by the Saiyans as they battle the troopers. Jiren is taking a massive beating and can't do anything about it, but power up to his full power. He now has a chance as he goes and attacks Vegeta as their power clashes with each other's. Meanwhile, Roshi is taking a beating from Frost and he can't do anything but try and seal him away. However, in this scenario, he actually seals him away for good and throws the bottle of the ring. Frost tries to bargain by going back in, but is then destroyed by Zeno in the process. Vegeta is still holding up against Jiren, but eventually loses all his stamina and energy and faints. Jiren is about to throw him off the ring, but Goku sees this and prevents Jiren from doing so. Goku is knocked off almost instantly and Vegeta is thrown off. The rest of the Saiyans then charge at Jiren and are actually trying to take revenge, and although Jiren is worn out, he can still keep up with Broly and Raditz. Eventually the Saiyans start losing a lot of energy and also losing hope. Raditz puts all his shit aside and starts transforming into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and attack Jiren, but is put down after a failed attempt. Jiren then prepares to knock them all off to claim victory, but Goku opens his eyes as he accesses Autonomous Ultra Instinct, followed by a really nice and a big light show. Jiren, having no time to play around, tries to put Goku back down, but Goku dodges and lands a gut punch on Jiren, strong enough that Jiren is gasping for air and just rebounds off the ground. As Goku is looking at this new power of his, he rushes and kicks Jiren out of boundaries, losing his power at that exact moment. Due to Jiren being completely worn out, he lost the battle. With nothing else to do, they just either let the tournament participants go out themselves, or they just kick them out, winning about 20 minutes before the end of the tournament, and with Broly, Goten, Goku, 18 and Bra on the ground. Daishinkan comes over and announces the winners, and asks them of the wish. With all the Saiyans thinking about their own things, 18 speaks up, saying she wants all the universes to be restored back into existence. With Daishinkan telling her it's a wise choice, he summons the Super Shenron and restores all the universes with the help of it. With that, we have the winners of the Tournament of Power and they return back to their normal lives. They attend Trunks' and Goku's wedding, with Gohan being his groomsman. They have survived this, but they don't know what might be coming for them in the near future. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you think I didn't improve in Osu, then click dislike. But if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.